lovely human. Welcome to Little Flower Tarot, your floral oracle. So for today's reading, we are simply asking the question, what is it that you need to hear right now? I'm leaving this reading completely wide open, so whatever messages come through are meant to be, and I truly hope they resonate. So for this reading, I'm going to do a mini Reiki blessing at the end of each one, so stick around for that. And I'm also going to enter into the infinite prayer, which is an energy healing Reiki portal that you can enter into and receive a Reiki blessing, a Reiki session that feels as if you're receiving it right here with me in person. And it's called the infinite prayer because it is infinite in nature. So every time you watch or listen to the video, listen to that specific infinite prayer session that you have access to, it's going to be as if you have an entirely new Reiki transmission downloading each time. So it's one of those things that once you purchase it, you have forever access to it, and whenever you need that support and that energy, it will be there for you. So that is available. There will be a link down below if you want to check that out. I also have so many other infinite prayer sessions that you can look into, or if you feel called to any of them, they're there for you. So also, I'd like to introduce my Patreon. I mentioned it in my last reading, but it is brand new this month, September of 2024, and it's something that you can do to be supported by me on a monthly basis. So energetically, spiritually, it's a little bit more intimate than YouTube. So if you're interested in that, I'll put a link down below for that as well. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into the reading. You can choose group number 1, which is the Peruvian lily, group number 2, which is the burnt orange garden mum, group number 3, the white rose, or group number 4, the lavender garden mum. So go ahead and make your choice, and I'll see you in the reading. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to Little Flower Tarot, your floral oracle. My name is Krista, and today's reading is simply, what is it that you need to hear right now? I'm leaving it wide open, and I'm excited to get into it. So you chose the Peruvian lily, which symbolizes friendship and mutual support. So I think I am going to do a channeled message from the lily today. So sit tight and let's see what she has to say. Oh, I guess I forgot to mention before we get into the reading. At the end of the reading today, I'm going to offer a mini Reiki blessing, and then I'm also offering an extended infinite prayer session, which is a deeper, a little bit longer of an energy healing session. So the mini Reiki blessing at the end might just be a little glimpse of what the deeper session is going to be like. I don't want you to think that you won't get a full Reiki blessing though from that mini session. You will. There will be a complete Reiki blessing from that session, but I'm just offering the deeper infinite prayer session as well if you feel called to do that. So that's going to come at the end of the reading. I also want to mention my Patreon. It is brand new this month, so I'm about to post my second reading of the month, and it's just there if you want to feel supported by me on a monthly basis, spiritually, energetically supported by me. I've created that as an opportunity to have a little bit more of an intimate setting, a little bit more of an interactive setting. So yeah, if you feel called to that, there will be a link down below as well. So let's get back into the reading. So the Peruvian lily. Let's see what the Peruvian lily has to say to you today, group number 1. There's this energy of like long-lasting longevity that came through. An awakening to what's possible. The truth of your being. You are so much more than you realize. You have so much more to offer than you realize. You are loved more than you realize. You are honored and appreciated more than you realize. There's so much going on in the astral planes, in the spiritual world, in your soul, and in the energies around you, the support of the energies around you is more profound than you can imagine. If you're feeling a lack of support, while your feelings are valid and honored, the truth is that you are infinitely supported, and you will always have everything you need. And any perceived lack of support or lack of resources is coming from patterning that you grew up with, childhood patterning, ingrained societal beliefs. If you're perceiving lack right now, it's not because you've done something wrong or that you're not aligned with abundance. It simply means you're processing old patterning and energies, and it's meant to be neutralized, transmuted, transformed, released, and you're meant to rise above it at this point in time. You are supported in this. You are supported in shifting your patterning around lack of support, lack of abundance, whatever it may be. You are absolutely guided and lovingly supported in shifting your frequency and your energy to become fully more aligned with an abundant state, with a trusting state, with a resourceful state, with a way of being that allows you to live in the abundance that is natural to you in this world. So, all right. So I think that's the message from the Peruvian lily, which again, friendship and mutual support was coming, is what I gathered as the symbolism from this particular flower. And perhaps Peru is significant to some of you that are watching. So, all right. So I'm going to leave that flower right there, and we're going to go ahead and get into the reading. So the first, of course, wow, the first card I pulled for you, it says abundance, and it's beautiful. It's a field of flowers here. It's just got such a light, beautiful energy. So I think this is reiterating that message of alignment to abundance frequency. And there's also a message about you aligning to abundance in a way that is unique to you and that is authentic to you. So you may have learned about how to connect to abundance from teachers, or just from books, or just from your own spiritual experience. And there's kind of this messaging around releasing old attachments to what it means to be abundant. Like there might be like around times that you learned about abundance or learned about how to manifest, you know, your desires. It feels like there might be some outdated energies around those beliefs that you kind of came to acknowledge during certain times in your life. And it really feels like there's this quality of detachment coming through and release, and like a letting go of how you perceive yourself to be able to create this abundance. So it's coming through that once you let go completely and you allow yourself to be realigned by the divine, as opposed to try and force yourself to realign, that's when things will start to make sense. That's when the physical world can start to line up a little better, because it just feels like there's a little bit of a disconnect. It's almost like an old way of being that just needs to be completely shed, and an old mental structure or understanding of how the world works. There's something there that is ready to be let go of, and you stepping into complete trust in the divine to provide for you, to fulfill your needs and desires. You stepping into your needs and desires in a more authentic way in a more holistic way, in a more tempered way, where you are more real with yourself, with what it is you truly need and desire. And you're able to align with that. And because I just think there's so much in the like manifestation world around creation of our life and creation of like these big dreams and limitless potential. But I kind of feel like it gets a little overwhelming. And while I do believe we have limitless potential, I think to live in our dreams and live in the future so much can become overwhelming. And I just think there's a better way. There's a smaller way. There's a more connected way to the present moment where we can truly just align with our needs and our desires that are more simple, that are more clear, that are more heartfelt, that are more loving to who we really are, that wants to happen here. So there's this realignment of our desires and needs. And so that way we can better manifest like the true, really, like it's almost like this feeling of like the universe not knowing what to send you because you're sending out too many signals. And we just need to like hone it in and bring it in and it be more pure in a way, like a more pure channel. Like this is what I need in the next, week. This is what I need in the next 3 months. This is what I need in the next 6 months, as opposed to like, I think the visioning for the long term and the bigger goals and dreams is a beautiful thing to envision and spend time dreaming about. But when it comes to actually like implementing our manifestations, it's more small scale. It's more the next month, the next 6 months kind of thing. And so, yeah, this energy is just pulling you into that. So I'm going to pull a couple of cards from the Spirit Messages Oracle deck, and we'll see what we get here. Oh my goodness, these are flying out everywhere. Holy crap. Okay. Yeah, it's like this overwhelm energy. Like there's too much going on. I've got too many like goals, and it's like there needs to be a more pure, potent channel, a daily kind of step by step, being more in the present moment. Yeah, that needs to happen because there's just like blah, 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 blah. There's a confusion here. There's like a little bit, overwhelm. So what are we creating? What is group number 1 creating, and why is all this scattered energy in the way, and how can we shift that? Okay. Okay, what do we have? We have, and this fits perfectly. Take a moment. It says, stop. Now is not the time to rush into the decision you're about to make. Before this important decision is made, take a moment to pause and quiet your mind so that you can ask your soul for guidance before you act or move forward. And then we've got find your center. Your outside world is a reflection and a manifestation of what's going on inside you at this time. When the outside world becomes so hectic and stressful that your anxiety starts to overwhelm you, then this is an ideal moment to stop and ask, when was the last time I checked in with myself? Okay, yeah, so this doesn't necessarily mean you need to stop taking action towards your dreams. It's kind of just feeling like it's like choosing into something rather than being scattered. All right. I'm going to pull a couple of more Sacred Destiny Oracle cards, and then we'll get into the tarot. And it really feels like when choosing into something, when putting your energy and attention on a goal or on what we're creating in the world and being more focused in one channel, in one direction, it's feeling like there's this calm and steady creation as opposed to manic, like scattered manifestation. Because it's almost like this feeling like I want to manifest so much in my life, and I have so much going on, but it's like your attention is so scattered that you can only like feed into certain channels here and there. And it's hard to put into words. It's like wanting to pull you into, like, you're still going to work on these things that you're working on, but you're more focused in the present moment, the day to day, and you're more channeling from a pure, calm, steady pace and place, as opposed to feeling like you need to be like the puppet master of all these things and being more scaled out from it. And it just feels like that's going to get you being more connected to the moment, and that pure channel is going to get you where you want to go a lot more quickly, and also get you more connected to your life on a day-to-day. And when the creation of what you're manifesting does come to fruition, you'll be more in that pattern, in that habit of being connected to the day-to-day and what you're creating. So I hope that makes sense. Like what I have in my mind is hard to put into words. It's like I'm seeing like this beautiful, pure, like it's almost like a river of water, or like a portal that you're just a part of, but it feels really calm, steady, flowing, and just good, good, flowing, effortless kind of energy. But also getting more done. It almost feels like overthinking about everything you want to do and create, and it is like causing like a burnout-y energy when, like, it's like, and it's also causing this feeling of like, oh, I don't have enough time to do all of this. It's like thinking too much about it, when really if you're just engaged in it, it's not as overwhelming. It's like the mind chatter is more overwhelming than the actual doing of the thing. So, okay. Alrighty. Courage. And patience. Okay. Fulfillment. Oh, good. You can still see it over there. And pleasure. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah, you are being called into the present moment, called into the daily little pleasures of life, called to not worry about the big picture so much. Yeah, okay. All right, let's go ahead and get into some tarot. So I'm pulling tarot from, what's it called? The Guardian of the Night Tarot. I was feeling a really dreamy vibe, so I did this one and the Mystical Dream Tarot. I've been having wild dreams, so I don't know. I like today's been kind of trippy. Like I just feel like the energies are weird and in a good way. I just feel a little trippy. Like I feel like I'm in between worlds today. And so I'm just, these cards I picked are kind of a reflection of that. But, all right. What does group number 1 need to hear right now? All right, so we've got 2 of Pentacles, which I think makes perfect sense. Balance, you know, a lot going on, juggling tasks. And then we've got 6 of Wands, which is about public recognition, victory, success. We've got the 8 of Cups, which is about walking away from something that doesn't serve you. The Knight of Pentacles, which is about slow and steady progress, sure progress. And this is all kind of balancing out and making sense because we've got like patience and fulfillment over here. If you need to hear this message, I just need to tell you right now, whatever it is you're creating is a sure thing. Please don't worry about if this potential that you're seeing is possible or not, because it absolutely is. It's coming, it's on its way, and your slow and steady work towards it has not been in vain. Then we've got the Queen of Cups in reverse. How am I going to do this? I don't want to cover up words. Maybe we'll do it like this. There we go. Maybe one more of these. And then the 4 of Swords. Okay. All right. And on the bottom of the deck is the Three of Wands in reverse, which actually makes a lot of sense. And I'm going to go ahead and leave it right over here. Because the Three of Wands is about expansion. It's about the big picture. It's about visioning. And this is really calling you to get more focused on one thing. So, okay. So let's see. What do we have here? Okay, so we're leaving behind a way of being that once served us. And it really does kind of feel like it has to do with that manifestation from a higher vantage point and seeing the big picture. It's very much, we're walking away from living our life where we're in that dream state quite a bit, where we're visioning for the future, and we're actually walking into living it. Like, it's time to live that future we've been envisioning. Things are starting to manifest for us. So there's a different energy that's called of you. So the way of being that you were existing in before, where you were kind of centered in the present, like you were centered in what was going on in your life and looking forward and envisioning for what you're creating. And now it's starting to ground. And so it might feel a little scary to step down on the ground a little bit more, because when you do step down on the ground a little bit more, you're kind of confronted with the fact that you're not in that reality that you've been envisioning and that you've been manifesting. So there's friction, right? And whatever's energies have helped create this reality that you're in, that you're leaving, essentially you're shifting from this way of being to this new way of being, which is whatever it is you're manifesting, the lifestyle, the change in your life that you're creating. There is some friction there, between the old and the new. And so when you're confronted with that, it's scary, it's overwhelming, and it is like this touching back down to earth. And I need a couple more cards. One second. With the Queen of Cups reversed, it feels like an emotional reaction. Grappling with where you're at right now. Alright, a few more tarot cards, or even just one. I need one right here in the center to help me understand. Okay, so we've got the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so the scales are balancing out right now. All of the investment, all of the work, all of the intention, little minuscule shifts you've made in your life to shift your patterning, to shift yourself to get to where you want to be, to this big dream, this big vision, these bigger goals that you've been working towards. Things are balancing out right now. The scales are balancing, and your investment is either starting to be returned or going to be returned to you very soon. So with the Six of Pentacles, there's also a generosity that comes through. It's like a support that's coming through. It feels like support is on its way. Especially with the Knight of Pentacles here next to it. It feels like the sure and steady support is on its way. And it feels like if you're the Knight of Pentacles and the Divine's the Knight of Pentacles, and it almost feels like you're walking towards each other, and all of a sudden it's like you're going to collide or come together, and all of the weight of all the slow and steady progress from this end and all of the weight of the slow and steady progress from this end, it's like going to meet together in one big explosion of abundance. And it's almost like there's this feeling of the scales balancing. So your investment, you're investing, you're pushing, you're changing, you're working, you're moving. And it's almost like there's this feeling of like the pendulum has swung this far with how much effort you've been putting in, or how much intention you've been putting in. And so that pendulum is going to swing again this far to the other side, which is a lot, right? So whatever it is you're creating, and it does feel like this sense of a connectedness to abundance. So that really could be, it could be material, like financial abundance, but it could also be emotional fulfillment. Like for instance, if you're wanting a relationship and you're building that and you're working on yourself and you're intending in that and you're doing all the healing work and you want to attract this relationship in, it really feels like all of this love and appreciation is going to come into your life and uplift you so much from the outside world, like with how much work you've done internally. So what I'm kind of getting to, this is a general reading, so each person and what they're manifesting is different, and their vision of each one of you, your vision of abundance is different. But what I'm sensing right now with the Six of Pentacles being here, I'm seeing a scale balance. So the investment is being returned to you like tenfold, and it really feels like an initial influx of abundance, of love, whatever it is you're manifesting. An initial influx is coming in. So it's going to feel like this, like overload, like it's going to feel like max abundance, like just so much abundance. And eventually it does feel like that scale will kind of slow and then eventually balance out. But so there's something to be aware of here. So let's say you are building a business and you're putting in a lot of investment in that business and a lot of energy and work in that business with next to no return or breaking even. It feels like all of a sudden you will get this huge return and this huge kind of like blow up of abundance and just it's universal law, right? It's that balancing of the scales. And there's just a message of being aware that it will balance out. It's not going to dwindle or anything. It will steady itself after a while. So it's kind of this awareness of when you do get that influx of love or abundance, it's kind of knowing that it feels overwhelming and good at first, and go ahead and bask in that and be grateful for that. But also there's like, be responsible for this. Be aware that this is something to, be responsible with. So whether it's love or money, don't take for granted. Like if someone comes in and is pouring so much love into you and it's this new beautiful, it's almost like this feeling of don't take it for granted, honor it, cherish it, feed into it, invest into it as if it wasn't so much. It's just being responsible with the energy that does come to you, being aware that this is going to balance out and it's not going to always feel like that. So you're more appreciative of it when you're in it. If it's like a money situation, if you're getting an influx of money, being aware that it might not always be this much money or this much influx. So channel it in a way that's healthy, channel it in a way that feels good to your soul, that is looking at the long term. Same with, that could even be with a relationship, like being more grounded within this beautiful love that comes in and making sure you're taking your time to digest it as opposed to get lost in it. Keeping your sense of centeredness, during that energy that's going to be coming in. So this is a message of it is coming. The scales will be balanced. But definitely, yes, like keep that groundedness, that connected to your soul, connected to your center, connected to who you really are and your own authenticity, connected to your long-term vision and goals, connected to everything in a way that it's just, yeah, you're more responsible and you're more aware within it. So I think this is a really beautiful message, because at the beginning, it almost felt like this feeling of like being afraid to touch back down to earth and to be in the moment. But that seems like that's exactly what's needed of you to embrace what's about to come, this groundedness, because otherwise you could be swept off your feet. So yeah. All right. So awesome. Beautiful. But yeah, like I said, like if you have any question of whether or not this abundance that you're creating is coming, or whatever it is you're manifesting is coming, it's not even a question, because this reading is already telling you what to do when it comes. This is not about whether or not it's coming. It's like, that's a given. So if you were worried about that, don't be, please. So, okay. Well, I'm going to pull a few more tarot cards. Okay. What else does group 1 need to know about their manifestation, where they're at on their point in life? Let's see. So you got the 2 of Cups. So for those of you who are manifesting love, and maybe some of you are manifesting a loving relationship and financial abundance. So take this whole reading as it resonates. I'm sure you will. But yeah, we've got the 2 of Cups. And in this 2 of Cups in particular, it's really pretty. These cards are so pretty. Some of them don't make sense with the actual card, but I kind of like it, because that's what kind of makes it dreamy and trippy, and you kind of have to make up your own interpretation. But if you see this card here, it is a couple, a man and a woman. I mean, it can be a couple, I don't know, but it's kind of like they're going up against these waves and they're kind of facing it head on together. So if you are manifesting a relationship, it feels very balanced. Again, with that 6 of Pentacles, it feels like the person that's coming in is going to support you on your journey. You're going to be partners. You're going to do this together. You're going to be so incredibly supportive of one another, and you're going to be able to lean on one another through this journey. So take this, even if you're manifesting friendship or just new connections or a deeper connection with people who are already in your life, this is just a really solid message of fortified union and solidarity, and like just people who are there, like people who are your rock in your life, and people who are going to be there through thick and thin always. And you will always have the support you need in the form of your relationships through this journey. So, and it feels like a big shift is coming for you, and you have like, just lean on those people who have always been there for you. Trust that their support will always be there for you. And you are, I mean, you're insanely supported. You are. So yeah, we're going to pull a couple more. We've got the Ace of Wands. So, okay. The 9 of Cups and the 4 of Cups. Okay. So, okay. Maybe one more. The Lady of Swords, which is the Queen of Swords. I'm going to put that right here. So, okay, what do we have here? How can I channel this? All the support you need is coming in. This 4 of Cups in particular, the imagery on it is so beautiful. I want to show you. So this almost feels like people who are coming in to support your vision and dream. The way they've got this like spool of thread, and it's almost like they're all creating something together. They're all threading something together. This could also represent your spirit guides, your spiritual support team, helping to thread your manifestation into reality. This also is giving me, it just feels like so supported. I just keep wanting to tell you that. I keep wanting to tell you that you're insanely supported on this journey, and to open your heart and your mind to connect to the support that is available to you. And even if you don't see it yet, or you're not recognizing it, because another meaning of the 4 of Cups is that you're not recognizing something that's right in front of you. I want you to like connect to support and knowing that you're supported, even if you know it's in the spirit realm first. But there's more support than just in the spirit realm. There's support around you in the form of people, and there might just be something in the way of you being able to clearly see it or clearly experience it or clearly let it in. So really, I think some digestible thing that you can do is intend to receive that support and open up to that support. Like ask the universe, ask God, ask spirit. And you can say, we can even do this right now. Like just close your eyes and say, Spirit, God, universe, guides, angels, I know there's support available for me, not only in spirit, but also in the physical world. And if there are any parts of me that are blocking this support or not feeling worthy of it, please help me release those so I may let the support that wants to come in, that gladly wants to come in for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I allow that support in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, I'm glad we got to do that just like right now. But okay, and then of course you've got the Nine of Cups, which is both the wish fulfillment card and the emotional fulfillment card. So, and in this one, I'm just loving these images. This is again, there's 4 people again, but there are 4 feminine energies right here. And then they're in the 4 of Cups card. And then there are 4 masculine energies in the 9 of Cups card. So it's just, and look at this. Look at the similarities between these 2 cards. Hold on. Look at this. This is like both the feminine and masculine elements of both the physical world and the spirit world, like coming together to help you manifest your goals, your dreams, help you create the life that you want, help you feel emotionally fulfilled in your life. You have so much support that you're unaware of, that you've not seen. So much insane support. So I think there's like, yeah, there's just this, again, with the 9 of Cups, there's a strong message to connect to that support team. That will really help you moving forward. It will help you feel like you're not alone in this. It will help you feel like you can let go of a few things. Hold on, I have Winnie wants to come in. Come on in, baby. Yeah, my baby. All right, so my cat Winnie's in here. Probably not for long. She gets antsy, so I bet she'll want out in a bit, but let's let her in for now. All right, so, and then with the Ace of Wands, it's kind of just this message, keep going, keep doing what you're doing. You are manifesting something beautiful. You're manifesting what is in alignment with you. If you look at this card as well, look how graceful she is. It's almost like a feminine manifestation. It's like living in flow and trusting in, like with the dove here, it's symbolic of peace. So it's almost like just trusting in the flow of life, taking action, but just doing it in a more effortless, focused, calm, grounded, easeful way. And that's what you're called into. You're called into a little bit more easeful energy here. And it really feels like the more you just take the pressure off and you let go and you surrender and you just take those slow actions, day-to-day actions, and just are a little bit more connected to those and present with those, it just feels like the manifestations will come a lot more quickly. So, yeah. So, all right. Yep, I told you she wants out already. Hi, baby. Bye-bye. She thinks she wants in, and then she's like, oh, wait, I forgot. I'm trapped in a box in here. Nope. Bye. Okay. So, all right. Well, I'm going to pull a couple more cards, and then we'll get into our mini Reiki blessing. Let's see. Do I want some faceted garden? I don't think so. I think I want some of these gratitude blooming cards. Definitely. All right. Couple more cards for group number 1 to kind of top off this sweet reading. You've got this. You're so supported. So loved, so honored. Like there's just so much, yes, so much support for you in what you're manifesting. Like it's good. What you're manifesting is good and aligned. So trust in that. All right. So again, oh my God, look at this. Seriously, I just want to tell you, you are worthy of abundance. This card says abundance. And look at the word it says here. It says inexhaustible abundance. Like, this is just hammering it in even deeper to you, that the amount of support and abundance available to you and how much you're worthy of it. It really is feeling like you're not seeing something, or you're not opening up to something. So this is just a message to open up to all the support and abundance that wants to flow to you. Be objective, or it's more like be open-minded about it. Open your mind to how the abundance wants to come in. Maybe you could say prayers or affirmations that are like, I'm open to new ways of allowing abundance to flow into my life. I am open to new ways of allowing love, money, abundance to flow into my life. That kind of thing. There might be something you're not aware of, and maybe like you're structured a little bit too much, or stuck in a box of how you think things are supposed to flow in or flow through. And there's something new that wants to come through, a way of creation and connection to abundance and channeling of abundance that wants to come through for you. So number 22. 22 is a really benevolent number. It's one of my favorite numbers. I was born on the 22nd. So, and it's the Rose of Sharon. So interesting. Inexhaustible abundance. Number 22. Wow. All right. And then you've got humility with violets. Number 17. Humility. And number 17 is the number of the star in tarot. And the star is about dreams come true. It's about best case scenario working out. Humility is coming through as, like that newness that new way of relating to money and abundance and love that wants to come through. Being a little bit more humble to the reality that this might feel a little differently than you're expecting. And also this humble experience of the influx that's coming in, this grounded experience of it, this responsibility and honoring of it, that it's kind of acknowledging, like, just stay grounded, stay humble. It's coming no matter what. It's coming. I don't think you need to be reminded to stay humble. I think it's alluding to your humility will help you through this and help you receive this with love, and be grateful to those that you need to be grateful for, that are supporting you. And there's just a really beautiful reception of all this abundance that wants to come through. And it really just feels like you've got this. It's going to be okay. And it's all coming, and you're in the most potent, pure, and perfect energy to receive all of it. And again, yes, just know that if it's a lot, it will balance out and might kind of scale down a little, and not a lot, but use that first influx, or honor it in such a way that's more humble, and with a lot of gratitude and acknowledgement of the opportunity there. So, okay, one more. We've got balance. Of course, that's perfect with the Six of Pentacles directly underneath it. Number 23, Cosmos with balance. So this is, if you're feeling like that touching down and being grounded a little more, and not being as much in the dream state and the visioning element of your manifestation, is kind of throwing you off. It's just a part of this balance that is coming, to where when the abundance comes in, you're able to be a part of it in such a way that's real and connected and human, and living in gratitude within it. Like, you're really just being balanced out right now, and grounded to receive all of that, to receive so much abundance. Like, you're just in preparation mode. So if anything has been a little crazy, or feeling like out of balance, or feeling like you're being pulled back in a way, or like if you're confused by that, it is just the energy shifting and preparing you for this reception. So sorry if I'm like redundant in what I'm saying. I'm just trying to make sure I cohesively tell you the message that's coming through. But trust in this balance and stay grounded and love yourself through it, and all will be well. So, okay, now we're going to do our mini Reiki blessings. So stick around. My mini Reiki blessings are just a couple of minutes long, but they are complete and full blessings on you and your life. So it's worth it to stay here. Yeah, and so I think, how do I want to do this? I think I'm going to grab a crystal for the center to help channel the energy. Actually, you know what? I think I'm good. I think we've got plenty of crystals and flowers here, and I'm just going to start channeling it. So go ahead, take a deep breath or a few deep breaths, and open to receive this Reiki blessing. Alrighty, take your time. Thank you so much for your presence. So if you enjoyed this Reiki blessing, feel free to check out the infinite prayer session we're about to enter into. There will be a link down below for your specific group, for group number 1. It is an energy healing portal that you can enter into, and once you have access to the session, you can receive an energy healing transmission as often as you like. So that's why I call it the infinite prayer. If you'd like, you can like, comment, or subscribe to my channel. You can check out my merchandise, which has a really beautiful bee logo that I had an artist in Ukraine make, along with the phrase, "Hello, lovely human." It is on shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, bags, and notebooks. You can leave me a tip / buy me a coffee, or you can check out my other YouTube channel, which is called Soul Hearken. It is my heart and soul in video form. And also, of course, you can check out the many other infinite prayer sessions if any of those feel called to you as well. So thank you so much for being here. I am honored and so appreciative of your presence, and I hope to see you in another reading. Bye. Hello, group number 2. Oh, start over. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to Little Flower Tarot, your floral oracle. My name is Krista, and today we are simply asking the question, what do you need to hear right now? So I'm leaving this completely open-ended, and I'm excited to get into it. We are also going to do a mini Reiki blessing here on YouTube, and we are also entering into the infinite prayer as well. So the infinite prayer is an energy healing portal that you can gain access to, and when you do, you will receive a Reiki transmission specifically for you if this group resonated for you. And once you have access to the Reiki transmission, you may receive that transmission as many times as you need to, and each time it will be different, and it will give you exactly what you need in whatever moment you decide to receive another Reiki transmission. So that's why I call it the infinite prayer. It is infinite in nature. And if you want to access that, there will be a link down below for that. I'd also like to take this moment to mention my Patreon. It is brand new. If you'd like to be spiritually and energetically supported by me on a monthly basis, you can check that out. But otherwise, let's go ahead and get into the reading. So the burnt orange garden mum represents friendship, happiness, and well-being. And I am going to do a channeled message from the flower today. So sit tight and we will see what she has to say. All right. Orange garden mum with a green center. What do you have to say to group number 2 today? You are supported, loved, and honored for exactly who you are. You are seen for your true soul nature. You are seen for the love that you represent. You are seen for your unique personality, your unique energies. You are seen. You deserve to be loved and honored at the core of you. You deserve a harmonious and balanced environment when it comes to your relationships, your home life, your location. You deserve to feel comforted, supported, uplifted, secure. You deserve a happy home life full of love and comfort and a sense of home and family that is unique to you. Not only do you deserve it, but you are receiving it in this life. All right. Oh, that was really beautiful. So yeah, just a strong message of like the uniqueness of you, like who you are. It's kind of giving me inner child vibes, like who you are at your essence and your core. And it's like you're worthy of being around people who are able to witness that, like able to stand in the soft light of it, honor it, acknowledge it, see you in places where you don't even see yourself. Yeah, this is very much giving community, like healthy, happy community and family vibes. So we'll go ahead and get into the reading and see what the cards say. So your first card, it's dolphins with the word happiness. And it's just this rainbow energy here. Again, dolphins are very community oriented, happy, harmonious beings. With the sun here, it is giving that like sun card energy, that authenticity, that light, standing in who you are, being honored for who you are, loved, seen for who you are. So very in keeping with the message of the flower. Let me pull a few cards from the Spirit Messages card or deck, and we'll just keep getting into it. So it feels like this reading is helping you to deepen into a manifestation of these type of relationships, this type of feeling, this knowing of your innate worthiness of this honor and being seen and held in a community of people. All right, so we got memories and stand your ground. Okay, so with stand your ground, it says standing your ground is an empowering, confidence-building action to take from time to time. Now is the moment when you need to stand your ground. You know you can do it, and you know that by doing so, you will be the victor. And then this card says memories. Your memories are like diamonds in the treasure chest of your spirit. More and more memories are arising within you. Remember the happier moments with your loved ones who are here in the spirit world, for neither time nor distance can stop the energy of love that you have for one another. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to pull a few more cards. Not sure what I'm getting for this so far. Stand your ground feels like you're asserting who you are amidst energies that might want to make you question yourself, question your vision, question what you know to be true or what you're worthy of. It's kind of giving this stand your ground in your knowing of who you are and what you're worthy of in this moment. With memories, the first thing I thought of was memories from your past, processing or releasing relationships from your past that have not truly honored your soul in this way that you're stepping into in your life. But I want to pull more cards because it's not 100% clear. All right, I'll pull a couple of cards from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. Thank you so much for being here. I want to witness you and honor you as well as the beautiful, unique person that you are, and just tell you you're not alone, you're seen, you're beautiful, and you're worthy of just being witnessed. Truly, truly witnessed. All right. So with the Sacred Destiny cards, we have Transformation, the Butterfly. We have Healing Chaos. Okay. And then over here, we have Simplicity. This very much over here is giving me support in the spirit realm vibes, because this was talking about, it almost felt like a message from someone who'd passed on. Like the way it said, remember the happier moments with your loved ones who are here in the spirit world, for neither time nor distance can stop the energy of love that you have for one another. And with this Simplicity card, there's just a feather falling, and it just feels very much like messages from spirit, like messages from loved ones that have passed. There is a clarity coming through. There is a peace coming through. Yeah, and then I think I want to pull one more. And over here, we've got Relaxation. So it's very push and pull here, because over here we've got Transformation and Healing Chaos, and over here we have Simplicity and Relaxation. So it's almost like two ends of the spectrum going on. So I'm definitely still not getting a whole lot. So I want to pull some tarot and see where this is taking us. So I'm pulling tarot from the Guardian of the Night tarot. So over here, this is giving me over here like vibes of internal shifts that may feel overwhelming or chaotic. With Stand Your Ground next to it, it could be healing that you're going through or have gone through that has made you question who you are and made you question what you stand on. It's almost like it's giving me, with the Memories card as well, like healing inner child wounds that make, that it's like the caterpillar that turns into the butterfly and the chaos that happens in the middle, like the melding and the melding of the caterpillar and the cocoon turning, like transforming into that butterfly. And it's almost like maybe you're coming from a place where you were there, where you were transforming and there was like inner chaos going on. And yeah, it almost does feel like you're moving into this more simple, relaxed, light, playful energy. So, all right, what does group need to hear right now? Group 2 need to hear right now. I keep like skipping words today. Okay, so 9 of Swords. It's about fears. 4 of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. Okay, so for now the 10 of Pentacles card is reversed. there's a message there. And the Queen of Pentacles is reversed. And we'll see why. Yeah, okay. I was already over here getting this scarcity mindset, and then we have the Five of Pentacles. Interestingly, we have like these 5 pentacles inside little cocoons, and I was just mentioning the cocoons. We've got a caterpillar down here as well, so that's interesting. I'm curious about that. It's an interesting Five of Pentacles card, because it doesn't necessarily reflect a scarcity mindset unless we're looking at this owl as potentially eating the cocoons before they hatch. Or is that the right wording? Hatch. And then at the bottom we have Wheel of Fortune. Okay. All right, bear with me as I come to the message here. There's very much a strong feeling of a scarcity energy, but in terms of your self-worth, in terms of who you are and what you're worthy of in this life. It's like a knowing that you're worthy of something, like logically, I know I'm worthy. I know that everyone is worthy of love. I know that everyone is worthy of comfort, peace, security, and even financial abundance. I know that I'm worthy of this logically, but it's almost like this feeling of lack when it comes to the actual reception of it, like whether or not it's like a lack of feeling worthy, like feeling it in your being and body along with your mind and your consciousness. So it feels like there's some shifting, internal subconscious patterning and shifting that needs a little attention. There's a grounding that needs to happen of worthiness. So what do I mean by this? It's this feeling of connecting a sense of your own ability to provide for yourself, your own ability to create abundance on the earth plane, like connecting that into your own body and your own sense of rootedness on this earth. It's like you know it in spirit, but you don't know it on the earth yet, or in your body fully. Or not allowing it to be grounded into your body. Or when you ground it into your body, you're faced with what is blocking you from grounding abundance into your body and into your being. So, and it feels more difficult, like it feels more challenging to fully ground this abundance, this love into your being. This is similar to group number 1, I'm just realizing, but different. So I don't know why, I just thought I'd mention that. But it is very much giving like that awareness of what you're worthy of, but a lack of awareness in the body. So, okay, so that's okay. And the process you're going through, like all of this over here, I'm going to focus on this for a minute and then we'll get over here. But all of this over here very much feels like this alchemical process that you're going through, or that you have gone through, or you're about to go through, that has to do with transforming fears, transforming feelings of unworthiness, transforming your consciousness and your self-esteem, your self-concept of who you are and what you are not only worthy of, but capable of creating in this life, capable of stewarding in this life. There's a shift going on there of your self-identity. And there's a need to anchor in the energy of self-confidence and stability and ability to provide, to resource, to receive, truly receive in the physical. Yeah, there's like an anchoring in. And it's feeling like, I don't know how to do this, or how is this even possible? Like there's like a block going on. I'm going to pull a few more cards to help me along with this. There's something blocking from fully downloading into your consciousness, into your body, into your being, what is possible for you in terms of kind of stewarding something in the material world. So, okay. Well, that card just kind of flopped right out. All right, we've got the Star, number 17. Well, it's in this deck, it's called the Dream Angel. And it's got this beautiful woman, and there's a crescent moon, and then she's got a sea turtle at her feet, and she's holding a bouquet of flowers. So there's a removal of how you've been relating to the physical world, and in your understanding of how the physical world works, how give and take works in the physical world. There's very much in the physical world, especially in Western culture, there's a very masculine driven way of resourcing abundance, right? Resourcing provision, sustenance. And it's more of like I'm just going to take this thing. It's very black and white. Like you get the job, you make the money. You know, you, like the way corporations run, it's just an exploitation. They don't care. It's like at all costs, I'm just going to make this happen. It's not human, right? It's not fluid flowing. It's not feminine. It's not attracting through faith and attracting through goodwill and attracting through, like through flow. And it's more like at all costs, as fast as possible. So there is like a shift in consciousness around the reality that you can resource in this more holistic way, in this way that's more connected to the earth, in this flowier way, in this way that is more serving of not only yourself, but of humanity and the earth. And there is this healthy way to receive within that space that feels good and that doesn't ever lead you to burnout, doesn't ever lead you to do things that you don't feel comfortable with or that your spirit and soul aren't aligned with. There's a complete shift in consciousness going on where you are proving to yourself and to the world that you can do it, and you can create abundance your way, a way that's harmonious. And so it's kind of like if you've been existing in a world where most of the people around you don't understand that you can actually create abundance in this way. I might rename the title of this reading to something about abundance, because this is the second reading about creating abundance and attracting abundance. So we'll see how 3 and 4 go, but cool. That's so cool. So I think what you're going through and what all this conflict is over here is like a complete identity shift. Because like in the physical, it's so hard to put into words. I wish I could just like show you what I'm experiencing energetically right now, but I can't. I can only try and verbalize it. So, okay. I'll pull a couple more cards and that'll help. Queen of Wands. The Hierophant. Okay. Oh my goodness. And the King of Wands. Okay. Wow. Okay. And it's like pulling you into this balance between the masculine and the feminine. So like we mentioned earlier, that masculine, that kind of thwarted masculine way that a lot of Western culture, how it runs, it's not all bad, right? Like, it's just the pendulum has swung way too far in one direction, and it's like at all costs, but this is pulling you into this balance between your way, this more feminine, flowy, attractive way, but also this kind of strange alignment with the masculine way as well, with the way and there might be like a misconception about the masculine that is preventing you from fully embodying this new way of being and this new, like, this resourcing, this like creation of abundance and this connection to truly resourcing in the physical world. There's like a disconnect almost, and an aversion to letting perhaps even money in, or like just resources that want to come to you, that you're fully worthy of, because there might be some underlying viewpoints with capitalism or with money that might be hindering you in a way. And it might just be like sneaky underlying energies, and that make you feel maybe like icky for receiving, because you don't want to receive in a way that's imbalanced. So there's something there. There's something with that disconnecting from old ways of thinking about like the masculine aspect of manifesting abundance or money or provision. So let's see, what else can I intuit from this? Okay, so underneath these cards here, we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And these two cards, which I'm feeling called to pull them upright now, when upright, it is, this creation of wealth. It's this inner power. It's this physical abundance. It's this nurturing, comforting energy in the form of like actual physical things, actual physical objects. And it's like the mother who takes you into her home and feeds you nourishing, healthy soup and gives you a blanket and like comforts, gives you all the little physical comforts of life that you need to make you feel safe and protected and nourished. It's someone who's completely physically like resourced, and so resourced that they have extra to give. They have so much to give. So there's some sort of fusing that wants to happen of this way of being, this physical manifestation, this fruition, this coming to fruition that wants to happen within you and around you, and your ability to provide, your ability to give, to live in luxury, even to live in, and that doesn't necessarily have to be an imbalanced luxury, like whatever luxury means to you, just like a luxurious experience of life would be, the home that feels expansive and good and grounded for you. I'm imagining like a bathtub with crystals and candles, or like a living room that's so welcoming with beautiful plush blankets and fur, and like a fireplace, like that kind of stable, strong luxury that wants to be, that's like a part of your soul that wants to be realized in the world. And there is this pulling in and like a deepening into that energy within you that wants to happen right now in your life or soon. I think a meditation on the physical pleasures of life, like what would it feel like if you truly had all of those feelings that you want that are connected to those physical things in the world, because we do live in a physical vessel, and we do have needs. We have needs of security, needs of peace, needs of sovereignty, and feelings of privacy, and feelings of feeling that your environment's reflecting back to you and providing you with what your soul needs. And that's okay. That's something that's beautiful. And that's something that the universe wants, the earth wants. That's something that's in harmony with goodness. And there's like this underlying patterning that feels like, oh, that's too wasteful, or that's too much, or maybe I'm asking, like, I could never be that grounded and that resourced, and that I'd have so much to not only feel so rooted and provided for in my own life, but the fact that I'd have and know that I have so much that I can give and give and give, and my energy, my resources will never be depleted. Like, it's this never depleting well of physical resources, that's connected to your spiritual being as well. It's an interesting, there's a connectedness to the earth, I think, that will help you to ground this in. But like I said, I think it's more like this feeling of, what does that feel like when I'm in that energy? And how can I access that feeling? And what feels harmonious and good for me and for the earth and for humanity? Like, what feels right? And there is just like this deep, deep, deep security and comfort and peace that is the ultimate, like, energetic quality of the resource, but it's all reflected back in that physical world. So it's deeper than just these physical provisions. Yeah, you're being called into like a deep security and confidence in your ability to resource. I hope that makes sense to you. Resource from the earth in a healthy way and give from that place. And it's first and foremost energetic, and it's very much tied to Mother Earth. So I hope that helps you understand what it is you need to connect to. Spending time in Mother Earth and connecting to Mother Earth, but not only connecting to Mother Earth, but connecting to that quality inside of you, that Queen of Pentacles energy inside of you, that home maker, like, not necessarily like homemaker, but like that creation of a home, that provision of a home for yourself and others, never-ending wellspring of abundance and love. And I just imagine like food and like everything you need, like always, and more, to give. So I feel like I'm rambling on here, but I really hope you're feeling this energy that I'm feeling. I feel like it's like there's this beautiful home. It's made of like wood and stone, and there's a fire, like there's a hearth, and this place is so just resourced from the earth in a healthy way. And it's like underneath this home, there's this deep well, like a wellspring of just beautiful pure water that you have. It's like ever flowing, never depleted, always, like never will ever be depleted, will always be there. It's been there for millions of years and will always be there for millions of years. It's like that kind of vibe. Like that's what you're sitting on in your soul, and that's real. And I think connecting to that place in your soul is going to help you become that person who knows who they are and what they're capable of creating in this world. So that's beautiful and amazing. And I hope, like, when we get into our infinite prayer session, we're going to deepen into that for sure. But yeah, so wow. Wow. That feels so good, so rooted, so, and like knowing that's like a never, it's a never depleting part of who you are. It doesn't have to do with, it's reflected back in the physical world, and it can be reflected back in the physical world if you decide to do that. But it's a never ending part of who, it's just a part of your essence and your soul, and will never go away, period. So it's a part of who you are, and you can always access it. So that's the message here. With the Hierophant, you know, I was kind of alluding to patterning that needs to shift, but it's more so, we don't really need to pay attention to that patterning. It's more so a deepening into this part of who you are. And I think by doing that, all the other patterning that gets in the way of you resourcing what you need in the physical world to manifest this security even more for yourself, it will just fall away, you know? So I'm getting like another meaning of the Hierophant is this surrendering to this deep ancient wisdom of God, and knowing, and the earth, and knowing that this kind of trumps everything. Like this capitalism blip, like the way it's ruining the planet, like this is a blip in the consciousness of the earth. Like the earth's been around for billions of years. Like this is just a little, like the earth can handle it. Like, and I have said before, the earth will die before, or I mean, sorry, no, we will die before the earth dies. Like the earth will take over. Like that's kind of what's happening, right? Like global warming, all of this, the flooding and everything, like this just chaotic weather. Like this is the earth telling us there's something wrong, you know? So I don't know why I'm getting on this tangent, but it's just that wisdom of the earth. And why am I getting on that? Yeah. We're always connected to that wisdom of the earth and that power of the earth to overcome and to heal and to give, you know? Yeah. So beautiful. So beautiful. And like in doing this, it's this, we've got the Lady and the Lord of Wands, which are the King and Queen of Wands. And that's about leadership. That's about empowerment, confidence. I love these energies. I think this is Ganesh, at least it's Ganesh. It's an elephant here. And remover of obstacles. And I love that for this particular message, because we were talking about kind of some kind of obstacles that were getting in the way of you accessing this part of your soul. But then also with this Queen of Wands, typically it's more like a woman who's in power and confident, and there are all these symbols of vibrancy. And I love that this Queen of Wands is someone who's meditating. Look at her. She's in nature. She's connecting to nature. Her solar plexus is lighting up by doing that. She's more like serenely connecting to her power. It's like a calm power. And I love that as well. So, okay. So there's that portion of the message. And then I was curious what was going on over here. It was kind of its own little energy, so it might be just another little message that wants to come through. With the Four of Pentacles, there is... the Four of Pentacles can be about like holding on really tightly to resources. Okay, and let's see. And then we've got the Nine of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and then relaxation and simplicity over here. So... I think there are just parts of your life or manifestation, parts of the creation of what you're manifesting, the abundance that you're manifesting, that want to be just let go of. Seems to be like a hyper awareness and maybe even trying to control. And it's causing stress because there are actually things that are out of your control. Yeah, there are things that are completely, will always be out of your control. The tides are turning. We've got the Wheel of Fortune here. Everything's working in your favor. This relaxation and simplicity is very much telling you to let go. We've got this. Like, there's just this feeling of we've got this under control. Seriously let go. Enjoy what you're creating. Connect to this resourced part of you and deepen into that and know that's the truth ultimately. And just relax, let go. You are allowed to let go and enjoy the moment. You're allowed to be free. You're allowed to have your mind be completely blank. You know, you're allowed to just flow through life right now. We've got this. We've got this under control. Yeah. All right. I think that's your message. I really do. All right. We're going to do a mini Reiki blessing now, and then we will enter into the infinite prayer. Yeah, so we're going to get right into it. So, all right, here we go. Go ahead and take a few deep breaths. Open to receive this blessing. This is solely yours to receive. I want to ask you to connect to that resourced part of you, connect to the earth. Know that you are always provided for. There's a part of your soul that always has everything it needs. All right, and open to receive the blessing you need in this moment. All right, thank you so much. That was a really beautiful little blessing. That was fun. All right, so we are going to enter into the infinite prayer now. And again, I want to really focus on that resourced, beautiful, that home energy I was picking up on with the wellspring underneath. I really want to keep that energy going, and I want to, during that session, to help guide you into that energy and help you realize and feel and know what it feels like to be in that uniquely for you. So, and what that looks like uniquely for you. So there will be a little bit of guided visualization in the beginning of that blessing, that infinite prayer session. So if you'd like to be a part of that, there will be a link down below. Otherwise, I'd really appreciate it if you can interact with my channel by liking, commenting, or subscribing. I'd love to hear how this resonated. Also, if you'd like to check out my merchandise, it's really cute. It has my bee logo that I had created by an artist in Ukraine, and I'll actually show you a picture of it right now. Here is the logo, and it all has the phrase "Hello, lovely human" on it as well. So mugs, sweatshirts, t-shirts, tote bags, and notebooks are available there. And you can also check out my other YouTube channel, which is called Soul Harken. It is my heart and soul in video form. It is ultimately my biggest passion, and I can't wait to see where that goes. But also, if you'd like to leave me a tip or buy me a coffee, there's a link down below for that as well. So yeah, if I don't see you in the infinite prayer, thank you so much for being here. This was a really beautiful reading, and I am honored to channel these messages for you. Thank you so much. Bye. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to Little Flower Tarot, your floral oracle. My name is Krista, and today's reading, I'm simply asking the question, what is it that you need to hear right now? And group number 1 and 2 tied into a lot about how to manifest abundance. So I'm kind of throwing that out there with group number 3 and 4 as well, and see if another message comes through about abundance, because it really feels like that's where these readings are taking us. So we're going to go ahead and dig in now. And you chose the white rose. So the white rose symbolizes new beginnings and eternal love. So I like to do a channeled message from all the flowers, and already this flower, this rose, it's got a very strong presence. I'm really loving it. So I definitely want to channel a message from this rose. So sit tight and let's see what she has to say to us. It almost feels like a he though. All right. White rose, what do you have to say to group number 3? I love you eternally. I am always here for you. I will always love you. My support is unending, without beginning and without end. I am eternal support. I'll always be there for you. I'll always love you. Wow, that was simple. There's nothing, it was like, okay, I guess we're done. But there's this very strong masculine energy coming through, just saying, I'm here with you always, and I can never leave your side. I'm a fixture of who you are, and the support that I've brought to you will be forever. So it could be a message from a passed away loved one. It could be a spirit guide. It could be God, the universe. However this is resonating for you, there's just a really strong, again, like masculine support, stability, strength that is coming through. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we're going to go ahead and get into the reading. Where should I put this beautiful rose? I really want I guess just right up here. There we go. There we go. Okay. All right. So your first oracle card is Standstill. Okay. And then we have this kind of crane looking guy in a swampy area. It looks like Louisiana swamp, like southern swamp. Yeah, interesting. Standstill. Okay. I'm immediately getting this feeling of allowing a standstill to happen in your life and standing in it and observing where you're at, knowing that it's temporary. So standing in gratitude, like taking a moment, taking a pause, looking around at your life as it is, knowing that it's temporary. It might be about to change completely, or something might shift, and just looking at it for what it is. And it's almost like this weird feeling, which I get this sometimes, where I'm like walking through life and I feel like I'm like my future version of myself, like stepping back into my body and looking around and being like, this is the past. Like, I don't know if anybody else has ever experienced, I mean, I'm sure someone's experienced it, but I don't know if you have. But it's kind of that vibe, like standing and looking around and being like, whoa, this is a thing of the past. You know, this is temporary. Like this, it's just awareness of the transience of life. And yeah, that energy is just really present right now. Okay. So I'm going to pull a couple more cards from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. Yeah, it's like, that's all it is too. Like that standstill energy. It's like such a potent pause. And I'm wondering if that's something you're being called into right now. This like awareness of the pause. You got relaxation and wisdom. I think relaxation kind of fits in with that. Like taking a break. Like there's this person in a hammock reading a book. And it's kind of like, take a breather, take a pause. There's wisdom to be gained in the pause. Interesting. Okay. A couple of cards from the Spirit Messages Oracle deck. And then we will get into the tarot. What does group number 3 need to hear right now? And again, it doesn't have to be about manifesting abundance. I just threw that out there because number 1 and 2 had to do with that. But whatever message wants to come through, I'm open. So, all right. So we've got receive. You are a kind and loving soul who constantly reaches out and gives to others. But now it's time for you to learn how to graciously receive. Just as with the ebb and flow of the tides, the art of giving and receiving is the natural law and order of the universe. Okay, so maybe it will be about receiving abundance in some way. And then we've got new beginnings. Everything in life is constantly vibrating and moving, and therefore continuously changing and evolving. Be aware that a new beginning is on the horizon. Have courage and faith, because right now life is trying to nudge you forward and move you in a new direction. So that kind of confirms a thought I had about change coming into your life, and that stillness, that standstill energy of take a look around and embrace where you're at, because it will never be the same. It's this acceptance and acknowledgement of the passage of time, of the fact that everything changes. And not only that, but I do feel like there's a big change coming in your life, and being in this present moment with everything being quiet and calm and still is something that you're kind of being called to immerse yourself in, because it's not going to be like that for long. Like it feels like life as you know it is going to shift, going to change. So take this opportunity to rest in gratitude, to honor how far you've come, to honor where you've been, where you're currently at. Honor yourself for getting you to where you're at right now, on this brink of change, you know? Yeah, there's this calling to be present with where you're at and in gratitude, for sure. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and dig into the tarot now. I'm pulling tarot from the Guardian of the Night Tarot, and then I also have some tarot from the Mystical Dream Tarot, and we'll pull some of those as well. But for now, we'll do this deck and see what we get. Oh, I forgot to mention to you that we are going to be doing a mini Reiki prayer, like a mini Reiki blessing at the end of this session here on YouTube. And then we're also entering into the infinite prayer with this, for this reading as well. So the infinite prayer is a portal where you can receive an energy healing transmission, a Reiki blessing, and it is infinite in nature. So once you gain access to it, you can come back to it whenever you need it and receive that Reiki blessing as often as you need it. I also usually include guided visualizations in the beginning of those blessings, and I do correlate them to what happens in this reading. So I just wanted to mention that. I forgot to mention it in the beginning of the reading. Whew. All right, what does group number 3 need to hear right now? I just heard get ready for the ride of a lifetime. And then earlier I did look at the bottom of this deck over here, and this card right here. voyage. So some sort of change, some sort of shift, some sort of new journey for you is coming. And where you're at right now, like if you've been frustrated with where you're at, don't be, because there's beauty here to witness, to absorb, and there's gratitude. There's just having this place of gratitude for how far you've come, like, because it's inevitable. The change is inevitable. Okay, group number 3. Okay, here we go. Okay, we've got the 4 of Cups. Yeah, like it's almost like there's something here in this environment that you're still in this place in your life that you're still in to receive, that you're not seeing. So don't be so quick to rush ahead. The changes you're hoping for are coming, but it's just this feeling of there's such beauty here, and there's something in this space that you've yet, like with this wisdom card, maybe it's like some form of wisdom, some form of, it's like almost like you won't really be ready to move forward and truly embrace where you're going until you've received what you need to receive from this experience and from this environment, from this place in your path. Interesting. Okay, Knight of Swords. Yeah, it's almost like this feeling of like rushing ahead, trying to rush ahead whenever it's too soon, or let me just keep pulling. King of Cups. Got a lot of water element right here. It's interesting. I think there's like a barracuda, an orca, and a bunch of fish, and a mermaid. And Page of Cups in the center. Knight of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. We've got some dolphins here. Yeah, there's a lot of watery energy here. And Queen of Cups. I like that. I like that we have counterparts here, just like the masculine and feminine balance here in regards to the emotional and creative arena. Okay, so, all right, let me dig in here. We'll get to this message. What is this message? Okay, Page of Cups in the center. Okay. If there are any kids in your life, spending more time with them will help you embrace this stillness energy more. Like embrace the present reality more. Yeah, because there's this like playful energy that wants to come through. This lightness. Whoa. A little bug landed there. Ah, what was that? It was a jumpy bug. That was weird. It was like a mini grasshopper. That was super weird. Yeah, very much so. I've probably skipped it on the recording, but I've been sitting here in silence and a pause for a little while now, and it's just reiterating. Take some time to be in stillness. Like for instance, right now I've got the windows open. I can hear the crickets outside. And allow yourself to be more in like a hypnotic kind of state. Like let the sounds of nature drift you. Like allow yourself to drift. Allow yourself to be in nothing. To have nothing going on. To space out. Like just allow yourself to drift away and be floaty. It really does feel like there's some wisdom here for you. There are some messages here for you in this place that you're at. Some guidance, some awareness, some sense of awareness that wants to come through. So find things like with this relaxation card, like find things to do that are mindless but still enjoyable, that kind of get you in, like hiking in the woods, or just get you in a place where you're doing something more monotonous, where your mind can drift. I think that would be beneficial to you right now. it kind of reminds me of like when you're a kid, and well, when I was a kid anyway, was the 90s. So we didn't have really anything, we didn't have distractions like they do now. And so that's all we did was our minds just wandered, or we just let ourselves be creative and just be still with what is. And yeah, it's kind of giving me that vibe. Like just playing and just no responsibilities, nothing, no weight on your shoulders. Just a lightness, a fun, a letting go, a trust that you're provided for. So yeah, that's one message. Yeah, strong feelings of wisdom and messages that want to come to you but might not be able to because you're distracted or overwhelmed by stimuli. There are messages for you right now. Connection, like spiritual connection, waiting for you. Feels strong. But no pressure at the same time. It's like no pressure, but we're here. We've got messages for you. We really want to get your attention. But we need you to be in a little bit more of a hypnotic, like spacey state so you can have those little epiphanies, so you can have those messages come through. There's a message about, like with the Nine of Pentacles here, there's a message about what you're building, what you're working towards, and there is a more harmonious way in which you can move forward in your life, like a way of being that feels better and that actually gets you to where you want to be quicker. But within that energy, you are just living, like you're more connected and you're more happy and content. So that's another thing, like the hiking, walking through woods, just giving yourself spaciousness to be like blanked out, to not have distractions. There's something in that will help your energy shift and get you on a pathway that feels better moving forward. And that's going to help with this change that's coming in, with this, whatever it is you're receiving, that wants to come into your life. Whatever it is you're manifesting, it's like your spirit guides want you in a place that's the most healthy and grounded for you to receive what wants to come to you, because it's coming, it's inevitable, right? But they want you in this place where you're more grounded and calm and stabilized, so that you can process it in a healthy way, so that you can fully actually receive what is meant for you with grace, with love, with acceptance. Yeah, there's definitely a shift that wants to happen in your being, or that your guides and like spirit team wants for you. So whatever you can do, like I said, to get in that hypnotic state, to relax, to trust, be in nature, let your mind wander, the answers will come in that space. So make a date on your calendar to do something like that. I'm just getting a lot of, or even like in the evenings, take time to do something that just brings you pure pleasure, and that's simple, like reading a book, or lying out in a hammock, or sitting on the deck, or just going for a walk, or going and sitting by a lake, or watching the stars, something like that. Calm stillness. Yeah. Okay, so that's one message. And with the King and Queen of Cups here, I'm just feeling this like calm, still waters. like diving deep into your being and existing in the stillness underneath. Oh, there's a little jumpy guy again. But anyway, yeah, like meditation, like existing in the still waters of your being. It's like imagining yourself at the bottom, sitting cross-legged at the bottom of a pond, and allowing like the fish to float by you slowly, like feeling like the seaweed around you kind of barely moving in the still water, knowing that this will always remain calm. This is always a part of your being. Yeah, there's an accessing of calmness, of stillness, a peace available to you now that will serve you moving forward in this change and this growth in your life. Yeah. You're being called to access that. And if part of you is saying, there's no way I, like if you're typically anxious or have anxiety, and you think that there is no way to access this, that's not true, because otherwise you wouldn't have been called to this reading. There is a stillness available to you, a clarity, a freedom, an immersion in that. Like all of you feeling like every single ounce of you is immersed in it. And you're allowed to be immersed in that stillness, in that love, in that peace. All parts of you, every part of you. It is available to you. All right. Okay, I'm going to... This is interesting because this feels almost like a complete message, but I've never done a reading this short, so I'm wondering if there's anything else. I'm going to pull some of these. I didn't pull any of these tarot cards. All right, so let's see if there's anything else. So apart from this accessing this stillness that group number 3 is being called into, is there anything else that group number 3 needs to know right now? There's almost like this feeling of like wanting to know what's going to happen in the future, but this reading is wanting to help, like, call you into letting go of that for now. Like, you need this moment of peace. You need this moment of stillness. You need this moment of honoring where you're at right here, right now. So there might not be much information about that, but just know that the reason for this pause you're being called into is because of the change that's coming in your life, the inevitable change, the positive change, the new abundance that you're receiving. Okay, so we've got the Ten of Wands reversed. That's letting go of burdens, letting go of the idea that you have to feel overwhelmed, letting go of all the reasons that tell you that you should be overwhelmed right now. We've got the Magician, the master. In this deck, it's called the Master of Secrets. We've got the Five of Wands, the Page of Wands, Judgment, and the Ten of Swords upright. Sometimes it doesn't know what it wants to be, but that one's upright. And then underneath everything, it's the Four of Wands down here. So in the light of this positive change that's coming into your life, there's this transmutation of energies, of all the frustration, of all the pain, the burden of where you've been. There's, like a transmutation of all of that wants to happen in this still place that you're being called into. standing in your faith and the knowing that everything's shifting and changing the way that you've planned it, the way that you're creating it to change. In the light of that, being able to see where you've been in this previous phase and look at it for what it is. Release and forgive yourself for feeling anxious, for feeling impatient, for feeling angry, for judging your circumstances, judging yourself for your circumstances, judging others who are part of this experience that you've been through, judging yourself for how you've interacted with your circumstances. It's this transmutation and healing of all of that, and forgiveness, a deep forgiveness that wants to come through. A letting go, a gratitude for all the beautiful moments, for all the little steps you took to get you here, for all of the people who've supported you in this. A deep gratitude and self-forgiveness, and yeah, there's just such beauty that wants to come through for you, and healing in this moment, and awakening to where you're at on your journey. And yeah, take this time to truly be grateful in the faith and knowing that things are changing. Forever, things will be different. And then with the Four of Wands here, it feels like a celebration is coming for you in the future, an acknowledgement of how far you've come, like your loved ones, everyone acknowledging and seeing what you've created and how far you've come, and honoring you for that. Yeah, Three of Cups is here too. And that's about a celebration. So that was perfect. But yeah, wow, and then there might even be some mourning of like knowing that this is a phase of your life that's ending, and this is a part of you that's kind of dying off in a way, like the way you've interacted with your circumstances, any like I said, frustration or anger or judgment or like unforgiveness, like letting that kind of die off and just mourning where you've been. And yeah, again, forgiving yourself for any energies you had that weren't necessarily how you wished you would have behaved or acted or felt. You know, it's all okay, it's all good, it's all meant to be, it's all been pointing you in the direction of where you're meant to go. So you're right where you need to be, and in this moment, this is such a sacred moment. The moment before everything you've been manifesting comes to fruition and your life changes. So honor it for what it is. Honor your past. Honor where you're at now. So yeah. All right. That is your message, group number 3. Really beautiful. So now we're going to do our mini Reiki blessing, and then we'll get into the infinite prayer. So, all right. Go ahead and take a few deep breaths and thank yourself for how far you've come, and open up to receive this Reiki blessing. Alrighty. Thank you so much for being here. We will enter into the infinite prayer now. My intention for this infinite prayer session is to help you enter into the stillness that is needed for you right now. Help bring you into a space of honoring for how far you've come and for exactly where you are in this very moment. Deepen you into trust in knowing exactly where you're at, the moment before the sunrise, the new horizon. So if you'd like to join me there will be a link down below for that next to group number 3. Otherwise, I'd really appreciate it if you could like, comment, or subscribe to my channel. I'd love to hear how this resonated. Also, I have merchandise and it is adorable. It is this bee logo that I had made by this lovely Ukrainian artist. Here it is. I'll show you a picture of it. So the merchandise features this logo with the phrase, "Hello, lovely human." It is mugs, sweatshirts, t-shirts, notebooks, and tote bags. So those are available if you want to check those out. Also, if you'd like to leave me a tip or buy me a coffee, there is a link down below for that. And I also have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken, which is my heart and soul in video form. And that is my greatest passion, and I can't wait to see where that goes as well. So there's a link below if you want to check that out as well. So if I'm leaving you here, thank you so much. I really appreciate your presence, and it's an honor to channel these messages for you. Thank you. Bye. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to Little Flower Tarot, your floral oracle. My name is Krista, and today we are asking the question, what do you need to hear right now? And I added on within the context of your manifestation of abundance journey because all of the readings have been slowly and steadily just been about that and been connected to that. So I love that it kind of morphed into that, and it's beautiful. I'm excited. So today we're doing, at the end of our reading here on YouTube, we're doing a mini Reiki blessing, and then we are also entering into the infinite prayer. So the infinite prayer is a portal which you can enter into and receive an energy healing download, a Reiki blessing, specifically for you who have come to this reading. So they have been really beautiful so far today. I also include visualization, guided meditation within the Reiki blessing for my later ones. My earlier ones, I didn't do that as much, just so you know, like my earlier readings, but these days I do include a lot of that, like guided meditation in the beginning, and I send the Reiki as well. So it's a full experience, and it's, yeah, so far just really beautiful. So there'll be a link down below if you want to join with that. But let's go ahead and get into the reading. So you chose the Lavender Garden Mum, which represents thoughtfulness and well wishes. So I'm doing channeled messages from the flowers themselves, and sit tight and just let's see what this beautiful lavender mum has to say to you. All right. Garden Mum, what do you have to say to group number 4? What do they need to hear right now on their journey to abundance? I'm just going to say it how it's coming. Love, 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 love. You are full of love, and love is ever flowing through you. Love is the whole point of everything. You are connected to the frequency of love. You are love. You are born of love. Love, again, is the whole point of everything, the whole purpose of everything. To express your love, to express the joy, the truth of your being into the world through love is your purpose. And you are called more deeply into an unconditional love for the self so that you may learn to love others more deeply as well. You are called into love. All right. For some reason I'm seeing like, and this is totally random, but like Where's Waldo? Like the little guy like with the red and white stripes in the books where you have to find him. Don't know what that's about. But then he was like skiing. Like there was something with skiing. So that was interesting. I don't know, that might be some weird random confirmation for someone. I just thought I'd mention it. But yeah, so the message coming through that mom was about love. I mean, and about kind of like a remembrance of what is the purpose of everything. And the purpose of everything is simply love. And there's a deepening into self-love that you're being called into. A deepening into unconditional love and what that means for yourself, and how that can transform you into who you're meant to be, and how you're meant to serve in this world. So let's see what the rest of the reading gets us into. So, yep, leadership. We've got a polar bear here, which kind of goes with that skiing element, like snow, and this night sky and the word leadership. So like I said, entering into, there was something with the garden mom talking about sharing your gift. It was like serving through love, and that's your purpose. So I'm definitely curious to see where this takes us. I'm going to pull a couple of cards from the Spirit Messages Oracle deck and see what else comes through. There's a profound love meant to pour through you into the world. And it really, yeah, it's like it begins with self-love. It begins with knowing how to deeply accept and love yourself unconditionally. And then extending that unconditional love outward into the world and transforming the world because of it. Naturally, effortlessly, because of who you are. Like your very being, when existing in unconditional love, when walking through the world, walking on this earth, transforms and transmutes the energies around you without you having even to try. All right, so you got love. I almost said like, no shit. Like, but yeah, so, and then you got memories, and group number 2 or 3 got that card as well. But I'm going to read both of them. So love. Love is the foundation of your existence. And you're just as worthy of receiving as you are of giving love and compassion. While love can be a beautiful emotion, it is equally a form of energy that propels you through life. Aww. In this picture, it's a woman. There's musical notes coming from her heart, and her heart is just like she's got her eyes closed and her heart's kind of active and alive, and these birds are flying out. And it reiterates that message of when you connect to the love within, you change the world without even knowing it. It has a life of its own. Like her eyes are closed. She doesn't even need to be aware of it. And then with memories, you got, this card says, your memories are like diamonds in the treasure chest of your spirit. More and more memories are arising within you. Remember the happier moments with your loved ones who are here in the spirit world, for neither time nor distance can stop the energy of love that you have for one another. So, it's just this feeling of support in the spirit world, and how much love surrounds you, and there's a message to opening up to that love and letting it in. You're meant to lead with love in some way in your life. And allow the power of love to work through you. There's just this, yeah, again, sorry I'm reiterating, it seems like the same message, but this strong message of it doesn't have to be so hard. Whatever you are following in your life, your calling, your purpose, it doesn't have to feel so weighty or so heavy. All it has to do with is you connecting to the love within your being, and then just allowing it to be expressed through you. And effortlessly doing that, and just trusting that that love has a life of its own. It spreads like wildfire. It transforms what it touches, and once it leaves your body and your aura and your being, it has a life of its own, and you don't have to worry about it. But you are a transformative person, someone who changes the world for the better, and who will always, like, you're someone who's come to Earth to change the energy of the planet for the better. And thank you. Thank you for doing that. We need that. So, okay, so I'm going to pull a couple of Sacred Destiny Oracle cards. I just saw a bee, if that means anything to anyone. But then interesting. Oh, it was like alien-like or robotic-like a bee that was, I don't know. And there was a light on top of it. Like there was like a bee connected to this ball of light. Getting a lot of interesting visualizations, like random, for this group. So hopefully they are confirmations for some of you. So you got Simplicity, which I think it was group number 2 that got both of these cards, actually. Memories and Simplicity. So if you were called to group number 2, might be something there for you. All right, and then you got Flow. And the Flow card is a river at night with fireflies, a full moon. The Simplicity card is this feather in air. It's just like a simple message. It feels very light, easeful, free. I think a couple more of these. Then we've got Flexibility, a tiger in bamboo, and Opportunity, another nighttime card over here. And this is a crescent moon with some stars and trees. So, okay, we're going to dig into some tarot now from the Guardian of the Night Tarot and see where this reading wants to take us. Very much like with flow, flexibility, simplicity, it feels like you're being called into like an openness to what wants to present itself to you, in the way in which you serve through love. So there might be, like, if you're someone who is following a calling or following a purpose in your life and wanting to create change in the world, or wanting to build something that's a positive influence in the world, or use your gifts to create change or help people, just bring happiness and love to people. The message is to be open, and to flow into where life kind of takes you, and where your creativity takes you. So don't pigeonhole yourself. Don't put yourself in a box. Don't think you have to do things the way everybody else has been doing them. You can follow a structure in a way, or follow paths that others have carved in a way, but it's like do it your own way. Allow yourself to just be free in it. You don't have to do things the way others have done them. Okay, so we've got the King of Cups. Strength. Knight of Wands. Ace of Wands. Knight of Wands and the Ace of Wands. Whoa, okay. The Empress. Wow. And the Ace of Cups. Okay. Interesting. On the bottom of the deck over here, we have the Three of Pentacles. I'm going to just set that right there. Okay. We've got a really beautiful energy going on right now. This Ace of Cups is really pulling me in. Self-love, again, it's coming through. You're being called into unconditional love of the self, a journey moving forward where you're really caring for the relationship with the self, where you are pouring into your own cup, and you are learning how to accept yourself wholeheartedly, accept all of your perceived or what you perceive as flaws, to not only accept them but love them. You're learning how to love yourself ultimately, first and foremost. A journey, it feels like a call to a journey to knowing yourself more intimately, more deeply, entering into a phase of your life where you have that freedom to do that. There are vistas of your soul that you have yet to experience, yet to know. Parts of yourself that you have had closed off that are ready to open. With the moth, there's a moth here. And moths kind of follow moonlight. So entering into those shadowy places in your being and sending love to those places is being called upon now. Just love, like unconditional love is going to transmute the parts of yourself that are in conflict. So just like how we were mentioning that you entering into a place of leadership through the love in your heart, and just existing in the love in your heart. And again, earlier that message was, it starts with the self-love. And so this next phase of your journey of the creation of abundance has to do with this self-love. It is an integral part of what you're creating. If you are planning to be in this place of leadership, this is you knowing yourself and loving yourself completely and effortlessly and fully and unconditionally is the place. It's like a jumping off point from how you'll, like, into how you will serve the world moving forward. So, okay. So what else? And whatever actions you are taking to move forward in your life from this place of love and your intentions to create change in the world through love, whatever action steps you're taking are an iteration of love for yourself, an iteration of love for humanity, for the earth, that will only continue to lead you more deeply into this self-love. So I hope that makes sense. I don't even know if that made sense to me. Let me kind of regroup here. And there's a message about love, tapping into this love, this unconditional love of your being so powerful that you don't have to have such harsh boundaries anymore. It's this feeling of the love of your being so fortified that it is protection itself. So you're able to extend so much love into the world around you, even into the darkest places of humanity. And instead of being concerned of being overtaken by that darkness or being taken advantage by that darkness, there's this feeling of knowing that all elements and all parts of the human condition are meant to be unconditionally loved. It's like loving something into transformation, loving something into healing. Because in all the dark places, there's something buried there, a part of one's soul or a part of the soul of humanity, an innocent part that's been lost there. So the love, shining the love in those dark places, is only retrieving those lost pieces of ourselves and allowing them to be returned to wholeness where they belong, in the unconditional love and wholeness and being of the collective soul of humanity. So there is this the more you learn to unconditionally love your darker sides, like, or the pieces of your soul that have been like that even you misunderstand, or have been like lodged deep into a darker part of yourself, or into your fears, or into your worries, the more you retrieve those parts of yourself, the more you're able to do that for the soul of humanity, the collective soul of humanity. So it's this unconditional love for the self that is reflective in how you serve and how you lead. And the more you retrieve those parts of yourself, the more you help humanity to retrieve those parts of themselves, and you help to heal that heart of humanity. So sorry if that was redundant, but I wanted to like bring that full circle, that message. It's just a complete mirroring and reflection, like your internal world and how you, and your expression in the external world, it's all one. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And it's all based off this unconditional love that you're learning to cultivate. So, beautiful. Thank you so much for doing that. Thank you so much for learning to love yourself so deeply, and then having the courage to take action in the world and help the world to help humanity to love themselves more deeply, and help to heal humanity in that way. Thank you so much for doing that. Yeah, this strength card kind of feels that way. It's like seemingly opposing forces coming together with gentleness and love, and yeah, it's just this softening into a fearful place, or yeah, it's interesting. It's like a place where you'd think there'd be judgment, or there'd be like an enemy attitude. Instead, there's love there, and it softens that energy and brings harmony and mutual understanding. So interesting. This is a really pretty card. There's a mouse here and a snake, and it's like they're honoring one another. And then there's like a naked heart, like a heart here. It's like a complete vulnerability. Like that rat or mouse is like completely vulnerable in this place. And it's almost like taming that, like through love, like taming that predator energy, or like calming it, and finding harmony in that space. Interesting. Okay, yeah, and then King of Cups makes a lot of sense over here. I mean, for me, it's the King of Cups is this emotionally mature, masculine energy. So it is like this feeling of somewhat of a container for emotions that's safe. And I kind of want to pull a couple of tarot cards to clarify the King of Cups and to see if there's something there. We also have the Empress over here I'm definitely curious about. Another moth. I like this Empress card because it's like very motherly, and so we've got the mother fox, and then we've got the baby fox, and it's almost like she's standing vigil, like she's holding vigil, and the baby fox is allowed to sleep under the ground and safe, and the mother is protecting the baby. And it's kind of that energy. There's very much this feeling of, I'm gonna fight for the innocent of this world. I'm gonna fight for the protection of what's been lost in the darkness, and the retrieval of what's been lost in the darkness. I'm going to stand vigil and in unconditional love. And yeah, there's very much like a feeling of facing the darkness to retrieve the light. Very strongly. So again, we have the Strength card. So I don't know though. In this deck, number 8 might not be strength. So let me look real quick. I know that this deck's a little different. So no, in this deck, number 8 is justice. They're just flipped. So we've got justice and the 7 of Cups to help me clarify the King of Cups and see what message is here. All right, let's see what's coming through over here with 7 of Cups, Justice, and King of Cups. I'd love to know. There's a deepening of healing available to you right now through this self-love energy that's going to, like I said, you and your self-love journey and your kind of soul retrieval journey is reflective of how you're going to serve in the world. So it's a direct reflection. And so there's something you're being called to push into as far as your own healing goes. With the 7 of Cups, it feels like this kind of elusive, like illusion-y kind of energy. But there's like some loose ends to tie up. Feels very like root chakra. Yeah, there's something there. There's something that's still needing retrieved in your being. With justice, like a finality, like a balancing and a finality and a finishing of a healing that maybe you've been a part of recently, that wants to come through to help you deepen into your role as this leader. So I think in terms of how you create abundance, because if this is talking about like you leading in the world, I'm assuming that this can be a role you play in the world where you are creating and manifesting abundance, or maybe it's simply in this feeling of abundance of purpose in your life, an abundance of love that you want to spread. But your internal journey is directly related to the abundance that you're creating in the world, like the healing that you're spreading in the world, your work, directly related. So the deeper you dive into your own healing, the more you can do for the world. And there is a little bit of healing left for you to do in some element of your being, that you're perfectly prepared for and capable of. And like with the Justice card being here, and even the Strength card, it's this feeling of wading through this illusion energy, like wading through it, like you're wading through water, like wading through it and trusting that you have everything you need. You have your own internal leadership inside of you to guide you. Like with the King of Cups, it feels like a mastery over your emotions, a mastery over your fears, your worries, your ability to walk through this and to retrieve this part of yourself and to say, I'm done here and this healing is done and I love myself in this place. And this feeling of finality of this healing that needs to happen here. So if there's any loose ends that you've been feeling like you need to tie up, I just want you to know you're perfectly capable and ready for it. I know shadow work can be scary. Walking through the dark to retrieve the light is not for the faint of heart. So I know it's scary, but you've got this, and it will only lead you to a more rooted sense of who you are, a deeper love for who you are, an understanding for who you are, an embodiment of who you are in the world, and your ability to express your love in the world in the way that you wish to. So deepen into that, and it will help you with your calling. It will help you moving forward. It will help you experience your life more wholesomely and wholly. So interesting. I want to pull some more cards. I think I want to pull a few more tarot cards from this Mystical Dream Tarot. Whew. All right. So we've got the Hierophant, the Spirit of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands. And so you've got the Knight of Wands twice, so I want to take note of that. There's something going on there. And you've got the King of Cups twice, which is pretty wild. So the two cards that came out twice were literally these two they're just doubling down on some message here. The Hierophant is about tradition. I like to think of, especially when the Hierophant's upright, I like to think of a deep wisdom that's available to you. They're like a wavelength you have access to that is ancient, and that is a guiding force for you in this work that you do, this healing work that you do. It's reminding you that you have access to that, and that she or he will guide you into complete healing, and to trust in that, and to allow yourself to be guided, to be led. You know, like a great leader is one who's humble enough to be led by something greater than them. So trust that you are led, and that this healing and this wholeness wants to come to you, and it's a part of this purpose that you're a part of. The King of Cups and the Knight of Wands. I like that the King of Cups and the Knight of Wands feels very like tempered in a way. It's like this go-getter energy, this brave and energetic and willing energy mixed with this balanced emotional guidance, this container for emotion that's healthy and clear, and like a temperance of emotion in a way. And then mixed with this guiding force, this guiding light that's pulling you into healing. Like you have everything you need to heal yourself so deeply and so completely. There's something to learn here. There's something to master here, that will help you moving forward in your purpose, in your service to the world. So follow this internal nudge and allow yourself to enter into deep, complete healing that is available to you. And that's your message. I think we're gonna leave it there. I think I want to pull a couple of these gratitude blooming cards, and then we will we'll move into our mini Reiki blessing and the infinite prayer. Okay, so I think I need to mix these better. I had this feeling I was about to pull the one from the last because it wasn't mixed up, but here we go. Okay, all right. Couple of gratitude blooming cards. Number 1, with forgiveness. And then 2 more. Mystery, okay. And patience. Okay, so this internal shift that wants to happen, this internal healing that wants to happen for you, there's like with the mystery card, it's staying open, like knowing that what you're being called into and the embodiment of healing and the depth of healing you're being called into might feel unknown to you, and that's a good thing. So it's almost like walking through a dark tunnel and being scared the whole time, but knowing and trusting there's something beautiful on the other end of it, but you don't know what it is. But when you do enter into the light at the end of the tunnel, and the new place in your life that you find yourself, or even just the new energy that you're embodying in your being because of how much healing you've allowed yourself, that part of yourself you retrieved within that tunnel. It's that vibe. It's being open to what wants to come, as opposed to holding on to the little bit of security that you do have. It's letting that go and knowing that where you're going is an even deeper sense of wholeness. Yeah. And then with the patience card, it's and forgive. It's give yourself grace, give yourself grace. Know that the healing journey goes on and on and on as long as we're human, but there are those moments of healing and reprieve and exaltation that come, and there are opportunities for complete healing. Parts of yourself that are fully retrieved in a part of your being moving forward. And eras and periods of your life where you get to exist in that healing and that happiness and that love and fulfillment. So that's coming to you, and there's a little bit left to retrieve here, but it's trust it, trust where you're going, because a whole new way of living is available to you moving forward, and you're going to serve the world so greatly by simply healing yourself. So alrighty, so that's your message. We're going to go ahead and enter into this mini blessing now. Go ahead and just take a couple deep breaths, and if you'd like to internally agree to receive this blessing, this little nudge in the right direction towards your healing, go right ahead. And yeah, here we go. Whew. Alrighty. Thank you so much for being here and for taking this journey of healing. We are going to enter into the infinite prayer now. And in this infinite prayer session, I want to channel the energies needed to help you find the courage, the self-love, the connection to the divine, to your guiding light that you need to continue to do this healing for yourself. And knowing that there is a wholeness that wants to come through, a full retrieval of a part of you that wants to come through. And just a knowing of the purpose of it all and a trusting in the purpose of it all. Yeah, so if you'd like to join me there will be a link down below next to group 4, and I will see you in that session. Otherwise, I just want to thank you for being here. I would so much appreciate if you would like, comment, or subscribe to my channel. I'd love to hear how this resonated. I also have merchandise. I have this beautiful bee logo that I had created by an artist in Ukraine. If you want to check it out, here's a picture of it. So all of my merchandise has this logo on it, and it also has the phrase, "Hello, lovely human." It is mugs, t-shirts, sweatshirts, tote bags, stuff like that, if you'd like to check that out. You can also leave me a tip or buy me a coffee if you'd like, if you feel called to. Or you can check out my other YouTube channel. It is called Soul Hearken. It is my heart and soul in video form. And there's a link down below if you'd like to check that out as well. I also have other infinite prayer sessions in the link below if you're called to any of those. But otherwise, if I'm leaving you here, I just want to thank you for your presence. I'm honored to channel these messages, and I hope to see you in another reading. Bye.